It's usually. I wanted to just, I know that y'all have through. As a football game in the second quarter, and we're doing okay. I'm hoping that this latest development is going to kind of peter itself out and not make much of a mess. We had scheduled an ECG tabletop exercise for today as well, but you know the series of events that happened on July 4th, tragically in Texas, I think reminded us all of how important of a job that we perform and how quickly things can go from having a great time and living in a bunch of peace to really a lot of chaos. And I know that we have done, where's Brian? Brian, how many folks have we sent so far?
45.
40. And I know that Louisiana has done its part in sending whatever assets that the governor of Texas has requested. I know that our state has prayed immensely for those victims, those that have lost loved ones, those that have lost property. We all know the effect that natural disasters have on families and on communities. And so I kind of thought that it would be befitting and a little special that we would take a moment to recognize someone from the state who was there at that time, who performed in a very historic way, in a very heroic way, did what just naturally came to her to be able to save lives. And it's interesting because she didn't ask for this, and she's not looking for the spotlight. And when I called her, I guess a couple of mornings, I think I woke her up. Then I got a bad habit. Don't worry, you can accent it now. You know, I don't speak much. It's a problem I have. But Emma Foltz is here with her dad, Justin, and her sisters, Maddie and Ashley, right? And several other. Everyone in the family, would you just stand up? Have a round of applause. We have Oksanawa. We have a gold medalist. Yeah, was there someone else? Wait, did you bring a friend with you? No? You did? Where is she here?
I might have misplaced her, but
Did you misplace her? Oh, my word. Well, you might, tell me, is she an Olympic gold medalist? She's a figure skater? Huh? Yeah. Well, no wonder she's misplaced. She's looking for the ring. There's no ice in it. Well, man, we don't want to miss her. Is she here?
they're gonna try to find you, sir.
Is she? Did
She
we lose
was
her?
here.
Oh, my word. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Where do you think she went?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay, well, she'll come in. We're gonna end here. But just a little bit about Emma. She's a senior from Louisiana Tech, grew up in the Alexandria area. Is that correct? And I would tell you this for the family. This is just me. There were natural inclinations to what she did, but that is based upon how you were raised. You know, and I know that you tragically lost your mom not too long ago, and to just think about all of the things that you've been put. I will tell you this though, I do not believe that God doesn't give you anything that you can't handle. And I believe that things don't happen for coincidences, and I believe that you were there in that place at that time and did what you did because that's what the Lord called you to do. And I'm so proud to have you from Louisiana and being able to give you this gift. And so what we're going to do today is she was in a camp and she had to evacuate 14 girls. Would you like to see? Come on, you come. I'm going to do something she didn't want to do, right? Come on, come see up here. How about a round of applause, please? Look, here's the thing. In life, you always gonna have to do things that you might not think you're prepared for, but believe you me, after what you've been prepared, this group is easy. But here's why don't you just tell them quickly a little bit of the story, and let me tell you why I think it's important. This is why I wanted to honor her with this medal, give her this accommodation, have her family here. Because many times we operate from this building and we affect things on the ground, trying to make sure that we're doing and making the best decisions possible. But very few times do people in this room, because we're here, have an opportunity to be actually on the ground, on ground zero. And I think that when people like you have an opportunity to tell that story, it's impactful and it's a learning lesson as well. Just tell me, come on. See, I want you to know I'm going to get in so much trouble. I promised that she wouldn't have to do this, but I think that you do have a little bit to share. Why don't you get that?
Well, I had 14 sweet little campers and 2 amazing co-counselors. And once we heard the news of what was happening at the quad camp, because we were at the Cypress Lake camp, our main focus was just keeping our girls entertained and safe and happy, not letting them know what was happening. You know, it's like a few minutes of a walk away at the old camp. Just making sure they were safe and healthy, and you know, they're eating and they're kind of getting their stuff together, making room for if we had any of the quad campers going to come into our cabin, we were just making room for them. And you know, our main goal was to make sure they were happy and entertained. And then we saw a lot of helicopters, so we were just like, oh, you know, they're just here for the news. There's a big flood. They're just, you know, kind of reminding them, like, if your parents watch the news, they'll be like circling the area where it flooded, just being like, there's just a big flood in Hunt, Texas, and they're just covering that media, not letting them know what was happening at the other camp. So yeah, and then we evacuated and made sure all of our girls were safe.
I think the key point in what she did was, and I think this is she was able to be able to, and those around her, to keep the people who they were responsible for worried. Okay, because the biggest danger we all face is when we panic. And yeah, but what we do in this building is try to make sure that those on the ground have the assets necessary so that we keep our people from panicking, so that they are prepared. We consistently remind people all the time that the more prepared you are, the safer you will be. And then communication is the key as well. And for that, General Freelu is going to give you the highest civilian award that the state of Louisiana has. It is the Distinguished Civilian Service Medal. It's the highest medal that the state of Louisiana has that it can bestow on a civilian, and I think this is the first time I get one. And I can't think of a person that would be prouder to give it to. So thank you so very much and congratulations.
So Emma, again, thank you for what you did, and you make me proud to be a Louisianian. If you were a member of the Louisiana National Guard, I'd have pinned the medal right on right there, soldier or what you did, but you're not. Okay, so but we do have a medal that recognizes civilians that do that. And what you did, you know, for our Army values of duty, courage, and self-service, you demonstrated. And you make me very proud. Okay, so with that, you got the award. Publish the order.
Attention to orders. This is to certify that the Adjutant General of Louisiana has awarded the Louisiana Distinguished Civilian Service Medal to Emma Foltz for exceptionally heroic civilian service during the early morning hours of 4 July 2025 at Camp Mystic during the flash flooding in Central Texas. Ms. Emma Foltz's quick thinking and valorous action saved the lives of at least 14 younger campers and exemplifies the Army values of duty, selfless service, and personal courage. Ms. Foltz's heroism is an outstanding example of exceptional public service, and her actions reflect great credit upon herself, the city of Alexandria, and the state of Louisiana. Signed, Thomas C. Freeland, Major General, Louisiana Army National Guard, the Adjutant General.
When we can be around the presence of true heroes, it's very humbling. So I also wanted to present with a coin and say thank you. And we put an umbrella in it because it's raining today. People say, "Why are you giving the girl an umbrella? What's raining outside?" So I'm gonna put this by your chair. There's a few things in here that you can carry around as a daily reminder of today. So thank you.
So can we get a picture with the proclamation of the
Yeah.
award and the governor?
Okay, let me, in addition to that, Emma, we are going, I'm gonna give you a combination. And this combination reads, whereas on Friday, July 4th, 2025, catastrophic flash flooding devastated Camp Mystic, a Christian girls' summer camp, as the Guadalupe River flooded, claiming many lives and destroying homes and property and placing countless of others in danger. Emma Foltz of Alexandria, Louisiana, has a dedicated consular at Camp Mystic, acted with courage and selflessness under life-threatening circumstances. Emma heroically led 14 young campers to safety, ensuring that each girl in her care was evacuated. Emma's action exemplifies the highest standards of leadership, devotion, and compassion. Emma has consistently demonstrated excellence as a student of Louisiana Tech University, earning the respect of her peers and professors, and is admired at Camp Mystic for her compassion, her faith, and her commitment to her campers year after year. The state of Louisiana joins in the mourning of the lives lost and those that are still missing as a result of the flooding, and acknowledges the profound impact of this tragedy on Camp Mystic, on the Camp Mystic community, and all of the people affected in the state of Texas. And whereas we're deeply proud of Emma and give thanks for her safety while continuing to pray for all of those affected and honoring the spirit of service and leadership she so courageously displayed, I, Jeff Landry, Governor of Louisiana, do hereby commend Emma Foltz for her actions of heroic selflessness and a commitment to her campus, and I encourage all of the citizens of this state in joining in recognizing her great action. Emma. Don't put your backpack.
Well done.
This concludes the ceremony and awards that we've given We're gonna now go to UCG. I think y'all get a special tour of GOSEP. I want you to know that you always welcome to come here if you ever. Our hope is that we keep people like you in Louisiana, and that you go out and you tell the story of how you were able to accomplish keeping those children safe. And you also go around, as you go around this country, you make Louisiana proud. So again, thank you and thank the family as well. God bless.